Hey, this is Jonathan Weaver, and this is the How to Play video for Aces and Places. It's a 2 to 6 player game that plays in 30 minutes. And you are an ace in the post-World War era, trying to prove that you are the best pilot from your country. America and Germany and Britain and Japan and Russia and Italy are all kind of in the competition. And so you are playing a simultaneous action game where everybody chooses their action at the same time. These tokens represent the ace points of the game. If someone gets to 7 ace points at the end of a round, they win. And you can get ace points from the 2 that you have here starting off, that it's your health. You can get them from being at the front of the line. These are called daring tokens. And then you can also, if you shoot somebody, you can gain another one from that pile over there. That would be a hit token. So that's the way to gain ace points. We're going to show you a whole turn here real quick of a 4-player game. You see that there are the planes laid out in the middle. These are randomized at the beginning of the game. Your starting position. This is kind of a slide puzzle, so you'll see how that works in just a second. And then basically the player with the airplane token is the caller and the tiebreaker for different maneuver numbers. And they would basically allow everyone to look at their cards, read the different abilities on those cards, and then when they're ready, everyone's going to choose a maneuver. So we're going to do that real quick. So this is, everybody, the caller says 3, 2, 1, fly. And you see everybody moves their different cards either up or down. So if you push it forward, I'm choosing that top action here. And then if you push it forward, you do that, whereas this one was pulled backwards, and so it has the bottom action activated. Then you go around and figure out who is in the first place position, second place, third place in a descending order. So in this case, this is a number 1 on this, accelerate. It says move your airplane 1 to 3 places forward. My airplane is the Spitfire Flyer here. So I'm going to choose to go forward 1, 2, 3 places. This is where the slide puzzle comes in, because everything slides back to the place that I just exited, and then I become the first plane here. So that's the number 1 maneuver. Then we go, is there number 2? There's no number 2, but there is a number 3. Here's a number 3. Go ahead and do your maneuver. It's called a barrel roll. And this means that the plane is staying in the position it's in, but it does not get hit this turn. As a special note about barrel roll is you see that icon in the top corner, it's going to require you to do another maneuver next turn that has the same icon. So it has a next round limitation. Because it's so good, you're not getting hit. Then we would go 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like give him the gun is over here. So he's going to fire on planes in front of him. I think that's the zero hero back here in the middle of the line. Would shoot forward. You shoot until you hit something, if there is anything to hit. So through the sky, would have hit their Messerschmitt Misfit, but he's barrel rolled. So he's actually going to hit the Mustang Fang. When this is the case, Mustang Fang is going to flip. You see this little exclamation point means he's in danger. In the future, if he gets hit with this danger symbol on, then he would lose one of his health tokens. That's how you lose your health tokens, is being hit when your plane is in danger. So you get a free hit before you start losing health. And then the final maneuver is number 8. It's called Steady Steady. The Mustang Fang was steadying, as in staying where he was going to be. He doesn't move at all. And sometimes this is helpful when you're trying to stay at the front of the track, because then at the end of the round, the person at the furthest forward location, which is the most dangerous place because all the guns are pointed at you, gains 1 daring point. And so that would have been the Spitfire Flyer. Then the Messerschmitt did a barrel roll, so he doesn't gain anything. The Mustang got hit but doesn't shoot anybody, so he doesn't get anything. But the Zero Hero shot the Mustang, so he gets a hit token, which is an ace point that looks red like this. So the end of the first round is 3 points here, 3 points there, 2 and 2. Everybody then flips your maneuver card over, so you had 2 of those same type there. And you've got new maneuvers on the backside of all the cards that you flipped. And that shows that the game is kind of constantly evolving. Which maneuvers do you want to use? And then you can look around at your friends and figure out what are they about to do. Anybody who barrel rolled is recentered. And then the player token here goes, clockwise. And then that person would be the caller. Everybody looks at their card. And we do it again. The 2 things that you see on the board right now that I didn't explain yet were these cards right here that are kind of white with a different color border. They're called the advantage cards. They would actually transfer every single round. So if we didn't use them, they would rotate and go to the next player, and all the cards would then shift. So this one would come over here. And then those would be new maneuvers that you can use in the next turn. So they have a number and an action as well. That's a way to keep the game spicy and have a lot of flavor to it. You don't have to play with these. At least I just showed you how it works without them, but you can play with that. The other thing that gives it a lot of spice and flavor, this game's only 36 cards, but it has these mission and event cards. As you can tell, it gives you kind of a special one-round bonus. So in this case, if we played with this one, if you're in the second position to the front at the end of the round, gain a daring ace point, which in this case, if that was true, it would have been that the Mustang Fang would gain one of these for being in the second place, making certain players go after the mission card. And then the event cards show you if it's kind of something that happens immediately. So if you're the furthest back plane, move forward the number of spaces equal to the player count. So if this happened for round 2, the 0 hero has to move forward 4 spaces just right away, which is going to change things up because everybody's going to slide backwards. And the 0 hero now went from being in the last place of the line to the second. Really shakes the game up, lets you be tactical, and gives players just a spice to playing the game over and over again, especially if they're playing in 30 minutes. So this is Aces in Places, and if you ever get to the end of a round 7 points in front of a player, they win. The tiebreaker goes to the player who has the most health and then the most daring points. So that is the way that Aces in Places plays, and as I said, it's 2 to 6 players, plays in under 30 minutes.